Hey everyone, Mark here from M.Strength. So today we have Janice, who has just finished our 6-week program called Break Free as of about a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to go through her story, the benefits she received, and her journey, and you can probably relate to a couple of things that she will talk about today, hopefully. So a little bit about Janice. So she lives in Melbourne. She's 64. She's a timetabling officer at RMIT University. In her spare time, she likes reading, walking, and doing hikes, and also travel. Just tell us about your previous health endeavors before joining our gym, before doing Break Free, and what problems were you experiencing prior to joining Break Free?
I think I was probably on a typical, I did attend the gym prior to attending Elite Strength Melbourne, and I was going 5 days a week, so Monday to Friday, doing a typical kind of workout that you get given by a trainer at those gyms. It was a wonderful gym. I'm not knocking the gym, but I felt that I would be spending 2 hours a day in the gym. I was often tired. I was trying to diet, so I was on a fairly restricted diet, so I was tired. I got bored with the program. When you're doing the same thing 3 or 4 times a week, it gets pretty boring, and you're just constantly working the same muscles. Just before COVID, my gym introduced a CrossFit program workout, but it was only once a week. But that was when I first was introduced to real strength, what I would call real strength training. Yeah. And I kind of just loved it, fell in love with it. Yeah.
Nice.
And the problems I experienced really were spending endless hours in the gym. I'd be there at 6 o'clock every morning when it opened, tired, bored, like thinking, oh, I've got to go to the gym because I'm not going to lose weight if I don't get to the gym and do workouts.
So I guess even before joining Break Free, what were the main problems that you were experiencing up until that point?
Progressing in my strength training.
Yeah.
Because I was on a effective weight loss program, but I still, there was, I think, limited time kind of progress in my strength training. Was the main problem I was experiencing. Yeah. Even though I was going, like, as you know, Mark, 6 times a week, I was going every day, but I was experiencing that I wasn't progressing as fast as I thought I should be.
Okay. So you've done Break Free now with us, so the 6-week program. And for those of you who don't know what Break Free is, so Break Free is our initial program that women do. It's a 6-week program. It's designed to create the right foundation for weight loss. Okay, and the way in which we do it, we make sure that you have a consistent and sustainable diet, okay, which is not restrictive, and we implement a proper strength training regime. So, Janice, what benefits did you notice in going through the Break Free program?
I can't believe how much food I was eating. I was eating way more food than I think I've eaten in the last 20 years, really, because I was under that belief that you needed to be doing cardio, and 2, you needed to be on a really restrictive diet to lose weight. Now I'm eating way more food and I'm not putting on any weight. I'm maintaining my weight, which I just find so amazing. I feel better. I feel stronger. I feel kind of younger. I feel more mobile. I don't get the niggly aches in my back that I used to get.
Because a big part about Break Free is actually, for some people, increasing your calories. For some, it might be reducing your calories, but a big part of it is making sure that you're getting enough carbohydrates in.
Really thought that carbohydrates were the, bad.
The enemy, yeah.
The enemy, that you had to restrict carbohydrates. So I'm really surprised and happily surprised how many carbohydrates I can eat without affecting my weight.
And just if anyone knows about calories and how much they should be eating, just if you can tell us, like, how many calories were you on towards the end of Break Free?
Towards the end of Break Free, I was probably around about 1,900, maybe up to 2,000 calories per day. Yeah.
A lot of women who do try and be healthy, lose weight, is that they are constantly at, say, 1,200, 1,300 calories per day.
That was me, Mark. That was me. And it was really difficult.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go out and have a glass of wine, then you kind of had to go, well, what food am I not going to eat today so that I can have a glass of wine and still lose weight?
Exactly. Yeah. With going through Break Free, the other thing we talk about is the mindset. So what sort of mindset shifts did you experience during that program?
One was really that I could eat a lot of calories and not put on weight, and also that I didn't need to be as restrictive in the type of food I ate. I feel I can pretty much eat any food now, whereas before I was going, I can't eat a certain type of food because it's too high in this or too high in that, so I wouldn't eat it, or you can't have a glass of wine, occasionally. So I don't think like that anymore.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And a big part of that is, what we spoke about is the carbohydrate. And, we promote a lot of taboo carbohydrates sometimes. We're having things like honey, we're having things like fruit, we're having things like sugar as well. Yeah.
The other mindset, I think, is that I don't have to be training every day of the week.
Yeah.
Been quite a hard one to break my mind free of, because I have done something nearly every day of the week for so many years that's been a big break to think, well, I don't actually have to do 6 or 7 times a week to either maintain or lose weight or whatever, that in fact having days off is actually beneficial.
Yeah, the more you do, definitely not necessarily the better. There is a plateau. You start to plateau out with your results.
Yeah.
I think I even recommended that you take a day out of your training routine.
Which I've done.
Yeah. Definitely nice, yeah. And tell us about strength training. Like, what have you noticed are the benefits of strength training compared to HIIT and circuit type training? And tell us a little bit about that journey for you.
Well, I think with strength-based training, you don't need to be doing 2 or 3 hours of training a day. So I think when I was doing cardio type exercises, I would be thinking, I'd be having to do 2 hours a day, or when I was training for, running, some weekends I'd be out for 3 or 4 hours trying to run, whereas I'm getting that benefit without the hours training. So I've got more hours, I feel, back in my day. I feel stronger in myself. I just feel, it's hard to explain, but I do just feel much better. I think I sleep better. I'm more comfortable when I'm sleeping. As I said, I don't get this sore back now that I used to. I've had a perennial, kind of sore back, where if I sat for too long, it was sore. If I walked for too long, it was sore. If I exercised, it would hurt. I don't get that anymore.
There is a big mindset shift that I try and get across to my clients, and in the sense that a lot of people think that the whole intention of going to the gym is to train for as long and as hard as possible, to train for many, many hours, get your heart rate as high as you can and burn as many calories. But what we're looking to actually do in the gym is we're actually looking to build muscle. Okay, so we're looking to go to the gym to build muscle. And in order to do that, we need to do strength training. And we only need 2 to 5 hours a week for some people to actually get that to happen. So the intention of going to the gym should actually be to prioritize building muscle. We only need, 45 to 60 minutes per session to do that without needing to get the, heart rate high, burn so many calories and, and just get this big sweat on. We can still get an effective result in what we're trying to do with the strength training regime.
I think that, somebody explained to me some time ago, like if you do strength training, that kind of calorie burning effect progresses on for the next couple of hours. Whereas if you do HIIT or cardio, as soon as you stop burning calories.
Yeah.
So, we're doing a 60-minute session, but I'm still burning calories hours after it's finished.
Yeah.
The actual workout's finished. Yeah.
And so Janice will be great to follow along with, because she's now in the next phase of our programming. So build, which is a 16-week phase where she's going to prioritize building muscle. So have you ever done that before, Janice? Like, ever had a sole focus on building muscle before in the past?
Oh, never.
Yeah. This is just a new
thing for me.
New orders for you, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see the results and the benefits you get.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what can happen in the next 16 weeks.
Nice, yeah. And if you had to recommend the program, so Break Free, to other women, what type of women would you recommend it to, and what would you say?
I'd certainly recommend it to women who are stuck in that mindset that you've got to spend hours running or doing cardio to get the kind of toned body that they want. You can get stronger, you can get toned without spending all those hours in the gym or running or doing whatever kind of exercise people like to do. It really is a very different way of training and a much more effective way of training to get the results that I think most women want.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think the wheels are turning in that area, especially with women's strength training compared to HIIT and cardio training. So I think the wheels are turning in that space. I think we're going to see a lot more women going to strength training in the near future.
Yeah, I believe it is gaining popularity and momentum with women as they're starting to realise that this endless kind of hours running and cardio is not getting the results, and that they're hearing about results from strength training.
And last little question, what's your favourite lift or movement in the gym you like to do?
I love deadlifts.
Deadlifts.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just think you actually see that kind of really heavy weight fairly quickly. You can see yourself building the weight, whereas I don't see those kind of lovely big weight jumps in other exercises. That's why I love deadlifts.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. You get to lift a lot of weight.
Yeah.
You feel pretty strong doing it as well.
You do. You feel wow. I just feel like real wow factor.
Hi, Janice. Thank you for joining us today. If you're watching this, you'll probably see Janice in the future when she finishes the other 2 phases. Thank you for watching, and chat to you soon, Janice.
Okay. Thanks, Mark.